How's it going, YouTube? It's Miles here. Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today I have another haul for you guys. Right here to my right is everything video game / media wise that I got for the holidays this year. Here's the stack, and yeah, so I don't really want to get into anything else in this video besides the game, so this video is specifically just going to be about these games. I'm not going to yap about like my life or anything, even though I usually do. So I got these in 3 categories because some of these games I ordered myself online with money I received from my parents. Some of these I bought in person when I was in the Virgin Islands. About a week ago, I took a trip to the Virgin Islands with my family and my best friend for like 4 days, and we took this trip out into town, and like it was one of the weirdest experiences of my life. We were looking for stores the whole time. In my head, I'm like, I want to buy games, but I doubt there's any game stores in the Virgin Islands. And we're like parked, you know, my dad and my friend go up to like see this monument, right? I'm like looking around, and I can feel like in my chest, I like feel that there's video games nearby. I turn around, and there's a store that's called like Mickey's World. Complete ripoff of the actual Mickey Mouse Disney character. The font of the store, like the name of the store, was also written in like the Disney font. So that was 100% so copyright because the owner was an Indian guy. Obviously nothing wrong with that. The guy was super chill. Gave me a great discount on games as well. But essentially that's the only thing I wanted to say, because I was so surprised that I found video games in the Virgin Islands, and I got 3 PS2 games, a GameCube game, and 3 PS4 games for under $80. So that was a crazy fucking experience, and I'll get into that in a second. But I also went to Florida for a few days to visit grandparents and cousins, and I stopped at Barnes & Noble because I brought my Xbox 360 with me, and I really wanted to watch television. You know, for some reason, I just like don't like watching current day television with the whole streaming services and whatnot. It just, to me, it's very boring and repetitive, and I don't know, it feels a little goy sloppish. I don't know if you guys know what that term is, but if you don't, look it up. I'm not gonna bother explaining it right now. Essentially, I just really like physical media, and I felt like going to Barnes & Noble and seeing if there were any movies or TV shows that I would want to watch on my Xbox, because you know, I could go on my phone and AirPlay Family Guy or whatever I want on Disney Plus or Prime or who, you know, literally I could AirPlay anything onto the TV. Obviously, because I didn't have my account on my grandfather's television in the guest room that I was staying in. But like, you know what I'm trying to say? I just like physical media. So I went to Barnes & Noble, and I got myself a tiny little haul here from Barnes & Noble. I ended up watching everything. And yeah, so let's get into it. First thing I got from Barnes & Noble was Blade Runner 2049, I believe that's what it says. This is just normal DVD. It was like $7.99, I believe. I did not look for the Blu-ray version of this because I honestly just didn't care. Like, the Xbox can't play. The 360 can't even play Blu-rays. But yeah, this is essentially just legitimately just this DVD here. Nothing crazy, obviously. It's just packaged really weird. It looks like a shitty little PS2 game. But yeah, looks like a bootleg DVD case, doesn't it? It's kind of weird, but I did buy this at Barnes & Noble, and it was only like $8, so I never seen it before. It's an interesting movie, but it's pretty fucking boring, if I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not my type. Not my kind of thing. I also got The Wolf of Wall Street, even though I've seen it a million times. I have it on Xbox Video on my Xbox One, and I also like, I'm pretty sure we have this on Blu-ray somewhere, but it's not my copy. I think my dad has a copy of this. But obviously, I wanted one for my own collection. This was only $5. Once again, it's just a normal widescreen DVD. I say that because, you know, there's like regular DVDs and there's widescreen DVDs, but like nowadays, you would only see widescreen DVDs at a place like Barnes & Noble, or honestly like at any retail store, because 4x3 isn't really the way that people, like, no one presents anything in 4x3 anymore. It's all 16:9, which is like 1080p essentially, or 720p at the worst. But yeah, so I just saw these 2 movies, and I was like, you know what, I could, you know, drink a few beers, watch Wolf of Wall Street, have a good time off that. Blade Runner if I'm feeling more curious and just like want to get off the you know, a little bit. So I decided that those 2 were going to be the movies that I watched for like the 4 days that I was staying there. And then I wanted to get something television-wise, like I don't want to say, you know, complete Goy Slob, but like I would definitely say Looney Tunes is a little you know, like there's no real purpose to these cartoons. Like you don't really learn anything. It's just like a bunch of cartoon characters running around. But like that was my childhood, and honestly, when it's really late at night and I'm like blasted, there's nothing I'd rather watch than an animated cartoon. And Looney Tunes, I saw this right here. It's a 45 cartoon family bundle. This was $5. So it comes with 3 discs. Each disc has 15 episodes, and it's about these 3. So there's 15. There's one disc that has 15 episodes of just strictly Bugs Bunny shorts. The other one is Foghorn Leghorn, and the other one is Roadrunner. So there's, you know, one, and one, each with 15 episodes, and this was only $5. So when I saw this, I was like, I should definitely get this. I haven't seen Looney Tunes in a while, and I actually do not own anything Looney Tunes in terms of video. So I thought, why not? And the discs aren't like, actually they are. I didn't even realize that. So the Bugs Bunny one has no detailing on it. It just says Bugs Bunny on it. The second one, Foghorn Leghorn, has some sort of artwork. I'm not really sure what this is. You know, it's in green. And then the Roadrunner disc is orange. And this one actually has the same printing as the other one, just this one's orange. So I'm assuming the white one, like this one, just doesn't have any printing on it. Yeah. So that was, like I said, $5. Pretty simple. It was fun to watch. You know, I only really watched the Bugs Bunny cartoons, but like I said, I'm always gonna prefer putting a physical disc inside of my console or a DVD player or whatever than like streaming it. If it's on cable, that's another thing, but like literally nobody has cable these days. And if they do, it's usually like Tubi. You know what I mean? Like people have like the free cable that comes with your TV. Like that shit's not, I don't consider that real cable. So yeah, those are the 3 things I got. I haven't really been buying movies or TV shows lately. As you can see, that's my current collection of like complete series and just Blu-rays and shit. I have pretty much all of Family Guy, South Park, Robot Chicken, Regular Show, Ben 10, like just shit that I loved from growing up. So I didn't really like need anything else because I'm not the kind of person who's gonna really watch Wolf of Wall Street on DVD over and over, and I'm definitely not a Blade Runner fan, but I would definitely say that it was worth it because I only ended up paying like less than $20 for all of these. So yeah, that was, in my head, that was a no-brainer. And then I actually purchased my first ever CD because I've never experienced playing a CD on my 360 or PS3. So I went ahead and bought Illmatic because it was only $9.99. This isn't the special edition or anything. It only has 10 songs on it, but I like Nas. He's a great ass rapper. And for $10, I will definitely purchase the CD. There's the inside cover and then the CD as well with the 10 tracks. There's like a really interesting visual player that comes on the Xbox 360 and PS3 whenever you play music, like CDs, and you can, you know, move your joysticks on the controller kind of like this and move the scenery, or like it's kind of like a bunch of shapes and spirals, and you can like move them with the joysticks while the music is playing, which is pretty cool. And I listened to this quite a few times. I mean, the album's only 10 songs, so it goes by in like 20 minutes, not even, sometimes maybe 25. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Barnes & Noble. I don't know why. I honestly, I didn't even have to show these because it's not that monumental. I only spent like $25 on everything here, but thought it was pretty cool for a mini little haul. So there's that. Next, we got the games that I bought in the Virgin Islands. So I bought these in St. John. I wasn't even in like St. John is United States territory, but it's not actually the United States. So let's get cracking with these. We're going to start off with the PS4 games. All 3 of these were unfortunately sealed when I bought them, and I opened them all just to make sure that, you know, they came with everything. These were all $10. This guy had a bin in his store, this Indian guy, and he had all these sealed PS4 and Nintendo Switch games, and he was like, yeah, $10 for any of them in the case. Like, I don't care. I was like, okay. And you know, I be on eBay all day, every day, so I know the prices of a lot of games. And we'll run through all the games here, and I'll tell you guys how much everything was. We got Battle Crashers, Cartoon Network. Obviously, I did not need to buy this because you can stream this with PS Plus, and it's like not really one of those games that somebody would physically buy because it's like an arcade style game. But Cartoon Network is one of my favorite things of all time, and seeing Mordecai and like Gumball, who's right there, and just all my favorite cartoon characters from childhood, you know, Jake and Finn and Steven Universe, it's just pretty cool. And it was only $10, so like I was in the moment and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll buy it. Even though I have it downloaded on both my PS5 and my PS4, I just think, like I said, I'm a physical collector, and it's cool to have discs of games that you like. I don't think I've ever seen a physical copy of Cartoon Network Battle Crashers, so to me that was pretty cool. And it's actually not a bad game, you know what I mean? Like it gets boring after 20 minutes, but that doesn't make it a bad game. Next, we have the Sega Genesis Classics collection with over 50 classic games. This is pretty much identical to the Sonic Sega Genesis collection from the Xbox 360 and PS3, except this is obviously a PS4 game, and this was also $10 and sealed when I got it. There's the back if you want to read it. I'll try and like give you guys a good angle. Basically, these are just all the games it has. It's got Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and that's it for Sonic. But it's got like all these other games that I've never heard of. So, yeah. I guess it's slightly different from the actual Sonic one because the Sonic Sega Genesis collection is pretty much just all Sonic. Like, they're Sonic titles plus other games, but this is only 2 Sonic titles. And here's the poster that it comes with. It's very weird. I mean, because I don't know these games. I'm too young for these games. Like, I do not know what games these are. So, yeah, there's that. Still a very cool looking poster though, and I definitely will put it up somewhere. And here's the disc. Looks very sweet and clean. I think I may have already showed you guys the disc though, but yeah. In general though, like, if I see, like, I'm the kind of person to see these 2 games and like know that I could play them for free online, but I would pay $20 to get these 2 games physically so I could add them to my collection, just so I could see them on the shelf and be like, okay, yeah, like, that's Cartoon Network. Like, I bought that shit, you know what I mean? Like, I could take it, look at the case, put the game in my console, and actually feel the energy of playing this game instead of just starting it digitally and looking at the fucking picture on my screen. You know, I want to feel like I actually own it. So, yeah. And next, this game I actually got a really good deal on because, like I said, it was only $10 and it was sealed. But on eBay, this goes for like $40 to $45. It's the Duke Nukem 3D World Adventure, whatever, like remaster for PS4. This came out on the 360 and PS3, but I guess this is a remastered with like more stuff. Obviously, I had to open this because I was really excited about finding this, and he was like, only $10, and he genuinely only charged me $10 for this game. So that was sick. And yeah, here's the disc. It's actually reflective to the light, like his belt shines in the light. So yeah, there's that. This I'm definitely really excited about. Like, those other 2 games were kind of just like filler games, but this one I would actually like sit down and play and be like, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? There's an all new episode 5 with 8 new levels. Duke Nukem finally gets an incinerator to roast new Firefly enemies. And there's new Duke Talk, new musical scores for episode 5. You know, just like there's extra stuff. So extra stuff is always good. And yeah, now we're gonna get on to the retro games. He had basically a cabinet full of clearance games, and I negotiated with him about these games. He tried charging me like $20 per game at first, but I negotiated down to like $14 a piece. And at the end of the day, I think that's a good deal because I looked all of these up and they go for just about the same price. So per game, meaning I don't think I got scammed. But we'll start with UFC Throwdown 2002. I do not know why I bought this. I've just never seen a fighting game on the GameCube, and I thought that was pretty cool. So here's the cover of that. I mean, it looks pretty raw in my opinion. Like, it's something that I definitely would have. It's something that I would play. You know what I mean? And I say UFC Throwdown 2002 because it's from 2002. It doesn't say 2002. It's just that's where it's from. On the back, it says it's a brand new robust career mode. So I guess even in 2002, people were playing career modes with this shit. I didn't even know that. It's 1 to 4 player alternating over 25 real UFC fighters, 8-player tournament mode. Damn. 8-player tournament mode. Real fighters, real fighting. So this was like UFC, what's it called? Undisputed? Yeah, like UFC Undisputed 2009, 2010. So here's the manual. I'll show you like one of the fighters just to, I don't know, maybe one of you guys know these old fighters. But yeah, that's what the manual looks like. It's pretty cool. Here's the back. Do not know what that means. Just seeing a fighting game for the GameCube is cool. I don't know. I only have like 5 GameCube games at this point in my collecting career. Here's the disc. It's very, very worn down on the front for some reason. Like you can see all the cracks in it. I don't know why it looks like that, but the back is actually crystal clear and the game works. So there's no problem. And yeah, it even came in the official GameCube case. I was just like so thrown off by this game. Like I looked at my friend and I was like, dude, I think I have to get this. Like I'm in the Virgin Islands and this random guy has a fucking UFC game for the GameCube and he's like, yeah, I mean, it's for sale. Like that's like me right there, bro. Like nobody else but me would be buying that shit in the Virgin Islands. So I felt like it just had to be done. We got Need for Speed Pro Street. I know this came out on the 360 and also the PS3, but I don't know. I'm not really a Need for Speed fan, so for me, it doesn't matter that I bought this for PS2. But there's the front, the side, and the back. I don't know if the PS3 version is different than the PS2 version. I would assume probably not, since it's a racing game. I would assume that, like, realistically, all of the modes and the maps are the same, but the PS2 version is probably just a little watered down in terms of graphics and stuff. Just like how the Transformers game from 2007 that came out on the 360 and the PS3 was also released on the PS2, and it's the same exact game with the same features, just the PS2 version only plays in 480i versus the Xbox 360 and PS3 playing in 1080p. So there's the disc. Extremely scratched disc, but I could get it clean at the retro store, and it also works in the PS3. So we're chilling with that. And okay, so I paid $11 for this. I paid $14 for this. This one, yeah, Need for Speed Carbon, I paid $14 for as well. Here's the front of Need for Speed Carbon. This one looks actually a little bit better than Pro Street. What is that called? Yeah, Pro Street. Did this one come out on any other consoles? This is 2006, so I would assume maybe the 360, but I don't know if it came out on the PS3 because I don't know when in 06 this came out. This may have came out before the PS3 came out, even though the PS3 came out in 2006. But there's the case. Manual once again in black and white. I'm not sure why these manuals are just crappy black and white little pieces of shit, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, right? And then here's the disc. This one's also very scratched, but I've tested everything and this one also works, so it's perfectly fine. And like I said, I'm not a huge Need for Speed fan, so like I'm not like super I'm not gonna critique the game and be like, oh well, I should get the PS3 version because it drives better and like the levels are better, like they're more enhanced. Like I don't care how enhanced the levels are, like I'll just sit there and play a driving simulator, you know what I mean? So those two games are cool. And then we have Splinter Cell Double Agent for PS2. This one was $15. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't mind paying $15 for this because it's Tom Clancy's. Yeah, and it's one of the OG Splinter Cell games. There's the back. It's got some PS2 exclusives, which I will read. It says there's 2 multiplayer game modes and 2 single-player Sam flashback missions. I don't know if that didn't come with the original Xbox version. And this came out in 2006 as well. So this actually may have come out on the Xbox 360 and the PS3. I think it did, actually. The manual is pretty hefty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a 360 game as well. There's the back. This one's also black and white, but it's definitely thicker. There's no pictures in this stuff for the most part. There's just like images of the guns and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'll probably end up at some point getting the PS3 or 360 version. I don't know if there's a PS3 version. And I say that because PS3, like I said, came out in 06, so I don't know when in 06 any of these games came out. But I will probably end up getting them for the 360 because at the end of the day, there's only like certain games that I would get for both consoles, like GTA, COD, I wouldn't mind having on the 360 and the fucking PS3. Same thing with Max Payne. Same thing with like Mafia and, you know, Naughty Bear and like those games, because universally, like, I don't care what console I play them on because they're just so good and I'm a collector, so I don't mind having them for both consoles. But like, I don't think I would be that into Tom Clancy to the point where I would get another copy of this game. So if I do, it'll be the 360 because I want to have as many 360 games as possible in my collection during my life. Yeah. And last but not least, I saved this for last because these are the most expensive and hard-hitting games that you guys will probably ever see on the channel, because three of these games, I don't think I will ever show you guys in a haul games like these ever again, because I don't like... When I go to the game store, I tend to spend like $20 maximum per game. I'll go for like games that are $5, $10, $15 and just get like 10 of them, you know, hidden gems, things you could find in the clearance aisle and not really realize that they're actually good games. You don't have to pay $60, $70 just to play a nice game for a few days or grind something for a few days, you know what I mean? You can find diamonds in the rough, but these games are heavy hitters, man. I'll let y'all take a look right here. Dude, these games are fucking crazy. We're gonna start with these two Xbox 360 games because PS2 games are gonna be way cooler. I got Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two. I bought all these on eBay, by the way. I bought this because I have the original Epic Mickey on Wii, and I actually didn't see any versions of Epic Mickey 2 for the Wii, so I was like, I might as well buy it on Xbox since I can't find it on eBay on the Wii. This one didn't come with a manual, but I only ended up paying like $11 or $12 for this. This was the cheapest purchase I made for myself with all these gifts here. But I've never played Epic Mickey, and I have the first one, but I doubt I'll like it since it's on the Wii, and, you know, the Wii's pretty weird with its controllers and stuff. Like, I remember playing Mario Galaxy as a kid with the nunchuck, and it just, like, felt weird. So, I don't know, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, playing with a 360 controller is so much more comfortable and, like, immersive as in, like, I would so much rather play this sort of game or any game on the 360. So this was a no-brainer for me, and it's a super cool cover as well. Like, it's super sick. You got Oswald in it also, so that to me is super cool. And we got SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. I also have SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, but they made a new engine for the 2011 version. So basically, 2010 SmackDown vs. Raw was like an older engine, and it's still a great game. It's the only version of... I haven't played this one yet. It's the only one I've played. It's really fun. It's just like you can kind of tell the engine's kind of clunky and slow. Like, the character movements are pretty robotic. And this one, I've seen plenty of gameplay on YouTube. Everything looks more fluid and lifelike, so that's why I bought this. This was damn near $50. I think I paid like $45 for this on eBay, and I didn't really see any listings for cheaper than that. So I guess that means this game is like really still praised to this day, because this was actually the last... There wasn't another SmackDown vs. Raw after this that came out for the 360. I'm pretty sure after that it was just like called WWE 2012 or something. So I have WWE 13. I have WWE 2K14 because in 2013, I guess 2K Sports bought the company, and 2K Sports may have bought THQ, or maybe they like sold the rights to WWE to 2K. But the cover's super awesome. Obviously, Cena on the front. Not even gonna guess who those other two guys are because I don't remember them off the top of my head, but. Yeah, it says somewhere here, hold on, new physics. With the all-new physics system, no match or object interaction is ever the same. Stack ladders. So basically, like, in In SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, every time you would do a finishing move or do a special move, it was the same animation every time. So I guess they're saying that with 2011, it'll be different every time, so it feels more spontaneous and lifelike, which is awesome. And yeah, there's a close-up on some of the pictures from the game. Here's the manual. Very nice, very nice. Let's see if there's any interesting pictures in the manual. No, there are not. And on the back, there's an advertisement for WWE All-Stars, which is also available on the 360, and I have that on my hard drive. It's in my game collection on the console. That is a great game. That one I played as a kid all the time. And there's the disc. Super cool looking disc as well. I'm very, very hyped that I got this game. I'm glad that I completed my WWE SmackDown collection on the 360. There's only 2 games, I think. 10 and 11. But yeah, this is just like a great game to play. Like if you haven't played SmackDown vs. Raw and you have a 360 and you're looking to buy more 360 games, spend like the little extra dough and get this. You won't, dude. You will not regret it. Actually, that just reminded me. I need to show you guys another game that I purchased recently. 2 actually. 2 games that I purchased recently. I don't think I've shown you guys these 2 games yet, and it's a fucking necessity because these games are insane. Actually, 3 games. First one is Simpsons Wrestling for PS1. I don't know if I've shown you guys this game yet. It's not the official cover. The guy I bought it on eBay from just printed it out, which was very considerate of him. But here's the disc for Simpsons Wrestling. This is a crazy game, bro, and it's awesome. I love this game. I will definitely do a video on this. X-Men Origins Wolverine Uncaged Edition. I guess they released a different version that was less gory, but this one right here is the Holy Grail Wolverine game. It's super gruesome, super like down to earth with Wolverine. Obviously, Hugh Jackman being the actor to play him. We got an Ultimate Alliance 2 insert here, but this game is fucking sick, man. This game is fucking sick. Like I have no words for this game because that's just how sick it is. And there's the disc. Yeah, I'm very, 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 very hyped that I got this game, bro. Like honestly, honest to God, man. Holy shit, this game's so tough. And then Lollipop Chainsaw. Gotta have it, man. If you don't have Lollipop Chainsaw, you gotta get it. This is the original release for it. It came out on the PS5, I think, recently, but this game right here, dude, is so freaking weird, but it's just like, bro, like, if you're, you know what I mean? If you're a collector and you don't have this game in your collection, you're not a fucking top-tier collector. I'll just say that. I'll even say the same about this. If you don't have these 2 games in your collection, you know, you're not standing on business. I could say the same thing with Green Lantern and the Rise of the Manhunters, which is also a game I just bought, but we're not going to go into that because that game does not deserve the same light as the other 2 that I just showed you guys. I forgot to show you guys this game because I also picked this game up in Florida, and I also picked up this game in Florida. Oh my God, I'm going crazy because I'm literally missing games that I bought, and I'm missing out on content because these are games that I said I was going to show you guys, and I'm looking at my fucking wall of games, and I've realized that I haven't shown you guys so many of these games. I'm pretty sure I've shown you guys Shell Shock 2 when I was in the car and I did that opening, that haul. I'm almost positive. And if I'm wrong, I sincerely apologize from the bottom of my heart. I believe that's about it, though, for the games that I've missed. And we're going to go back to our standard, regularly scheduled programming. Yeah, okay. So, there's also these games. I just recently got the other version of Naughty Bear. I have Gold Edition right here on the 360, right? But there was a DLC for Naughty Bear that came out in 2012 called Panic in Paradise, and unfortunately it's not available digitally anymore. It was a digital-only release, meaning you either had to have a voucher code or you had to have this, which is this is a PS3 exclusive double pack. The Naughty Bear Double Trouble edition that comes with Panic in Paradise. It's basically, it comes with the code right here, right? And manual super thick and everything, super thick and everything. Oh, man, this game is so fucking cool. Take a look at this, dude. Take a look at that. Just like the Naughty Bear. He's the naughtiest bear you'll ever meet, bro. Literally like the naughtiest bear you'll ever meet. You cannot trust Naughty Bear with any piece of information, dog. Can't trust him with anything. So the reason why this is important is because this is like the only way I can prove to anybody that I have Panic in Paradise, because I can't download it on my 360. I never had it before. So now that the store's closed as of 2024, I can't download it. And this voucher code is expired, so I can't use it on my PS3. And unfortunately, it's not playable on PS4 or PS5, so there's no way of accessing Panic in Paradise unless you previously had it before the store shut down. So I bought this double pack thinking the disc would have the Panic in Paradise mode downloaded onto it, because on the eBay listing, I saw this that said Panic in Paradise included. Now notice that normal Naughty Bear Gold Edition just says Naughty Bear Gold Edition. That comes with 3 extra episodes. This is Gold Edition, but it says Double Trouble. These are 2 different versions of the game. This one doesn't have anything at all to do with Panic in Paradise, because Naughty Bear came out in like 2008, right? But this one, this release is from 2012. Like this double pack here, because that's when Panic in Paradise came out. So I just wanted to kind of yap about that, because I was so pissed when I found out I couldn't play Panic in Paradise. Rest in peace, Panic in Paradise. Thank you very much. What else was I going to show you guys? I'm pretty sure okay, yeah, then this. I recently also just purchased this Wolfenstein game, but for some reason, I feel like I've shown you guys this, because in this same day that I got Wolfenstein, I copped Halo Wars, and I copped Sonic 2006. So I'm not going to go into these 2 games, because I'm pretty sure I've already reviewed them, but these are also new pickups of mine. And I'm super excited about those 2. Even though Sonic 06 is Platinum Hits, and so is Halo Wars. But the Platinum Hits Halo Wars comes with all the DLC. Even though I can't redeem that either, because it came with the DLC code, and it's not on the disc. And like I said, the store's closed, so rest in peace. Anyways, yeah, here's Wolfenstein. Or however the fuck you pronounce it, for Xbox 360. I'm super hyped because I've always wanted to play that Wolfenstein game. I've only played the PS3 and then the PS4 Wolfenstein. I've like the new order and like whatever the fuck the other one's called. We have Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. My friend convinced me to buy this. It was only $5 at GameStop. Got it on clearance, and it's basically Mortal Kombat, but with Naruto characters. It's a very interesting game. I don't really consider myself a Naruto fan, but it also came with a manual for a different game, so that was interesting. Obviously, I'm no longer in Florida, so I can't go back and return this, but yeah. Very nice game. Very interesting game, to say the least. Like, it's definitely different. And then I also got Gran Turismo 5 on that same trip to GameStop. When I took it to the counter to pay, the case I grabbed didn't have the artwork, but they actually gave me a case with artwork, and I didn't even ask. They just, like, handed me the game back, put it in the bag, and I was like, oh, shit. It comes with case and manual. $5, right? $5. $5. And I was so hyped about that, because this is the newest Gran Turismo I have. I have Gran Turismo 3, I have Gran Turismo 4, I have Gran Turismo, that's it. I just have GT3 A-Spec and GT4. So Gran Turismo 5 on PS3 was very, very exciting for me to get. This was like the equivalent of Gran Turismo 7, because I would never get Gran Turismo 7. I think that's a pretty goy slop game. I played it, and they don't even let you free roam until you complete this long-ass tutorial, which is dumb. So that's why I consider it goy slop. But there's the manual, and then the disc looks quite amazing, and then there's actually a 62 in Sharpie written inside the disc slot there. Not sure why. But yeah, there's that. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back. And yeah, I actually sincerely apologize for that, because I would have ended up making another video doing more bullshit. And I'm glad I got all that bullshit out in this video with those extra games, because, dude, I didn't even fucking realize that, I had those games there. All right, you know what? I'm going to do a part 2, because these next 5 games are genuinely some of the coolest games that I'll ever show on my channel. So I'm going to end this part right here. I hope you guys enjoyed what I've shown you so far, and I hope everyone received what they wanted for the holidays. I hope everyone's having a great holiday. Whatever you celebrate, I hope you're going to enjoy the new year when that comes around. And I just wanted to say that I'm grateful for all 272 of my subscribers. That's how many I have right now as I'm recording this. Like I said, thanks so much for watching me talk about physical media for 35 minutes. I just love video games, man. What can I say? What can I say? I also recently got a haircut, because I know I haven't posted in 2 weeks. What about it? How do I look? Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one, man.